Josh, thank you for speaking with me. I know I'm literally catching you on the way to a session. I can see your coffee and I can see your tablet. But real quick, while I've got you, can I ask you two questions?
Sure.
Okay, so first of all, very briefly, what does ContextWeb do and what is your role there?
ContextWeb is a contextual audience platform. We help advertisers identify ideal customer profiles, essentially, and then target them at scale, both in the content that they're reading and then also outside of that specific content. So kind of merging audience and contextual, and we do it with video and mobile, social, and display. I run East Coast sales there, so I've been there for about 6 years. Seen a crazy evolution, and we continue to evolve, so it's been exciting.
Okay, number one piece of advice for brands and agencies in your area.
So number one piece of advice would be to, I'd say right now, have a point of view. Really get excited, get involved, work with your agencies, make sure that they aren't just pushing paper, making sure that they aren't just kind of whittling down their buyers based on jeans parties and cocktails, but really get excited, get involved. Really try to understand the core consumer and what that consumer wants to do, and then try to kind of hone in on them, and also kind of expand outside of data. I think we're all talking about data way too much, and I think we're forgetting that content is really important as well. So trying to marry the two is what we've been doing, and I think that that's really important for consumers out there. Is just like fragmenting of online media. People are in every which direction, so there's a lot of data to be involved. There's a lot of data points that people are looking for to try to target people, but I think that there's also a huge value in also trying to target them when they're reading content as well. So marrying the two is really important. So that's kind of the best piece of advice I can give is, get excited about both of those pieces, combining those two, and leveraging every piece of data, every data point that we have online to kind of really hone in on the perfect target.
Very important. Very last question. What is the worst thing that a brand or an agency could do?
What is the worst thing that a brand or agency can do? I don't know. I think maybe forget about their core concept. I think marketers always talk about, engaging and having a conversation with the client, but I think that sometimes gets lost in translation. And I think that really talking to, who their core values are, their core consumer is, understanding that core consumer as best as they can, really kind of honing in on what their values are, what their demographics look like, psychographics, etc. Really understanding that consumer as best as possible, and then leveraging that data outside to hit that consumer. I think that's the most important thing that they could do.
Josh, thank you very much.